Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, also known as Mahatma Gandhi, born on October 2, 1869, Porbandar, India. He died on January 30, 1948 in Delhi. His parents are Putlibai Gandhi and Karamchand Gandhi. He has 5 siblings, including 2 stepsisters. His spouse is Kastuba Gandhi, and they have 4 children. He studied in law at University of College London and Inner Temple. He is an Indian lawyer, politician, social activist, and writer who became the leader of the nationalist movement against the British rule of India. As such, he came to be considered the father of his country. In the eyes of millions of his fellow Indians, Gandhi was the Mahatma's great soul. The unthinking adoration of the huge crowds that gathered to see him all along the route of his tours made them a severe ordeal. He could hardly work during the day or rest at night. The woes of the Mahatmas, he wrote, are known only to the Mahatmas. His fame spread worldwide during his lifetime and only increased after his death. The name Mahatma Gandhi is now one of the most universally recognized on earth. In 1920, Gandhi was India's dominant political figure, exerting a broad influence over the Indian population. The Indian National Congress became a mass organization that Gandhi led in non-violent actions. This included boycotts of British goods as well as British legislatures, courts, offices, and schools. In 1930, Gandhi launched the Salt March as a protest against a British tax on salt. The march was one of the most successful of Gandhi's campaigns. Yet, by 1934 he had become disillusioned with the infighting among Congress Party members. He turned to building the nation from the bottom up by emphasizing rural education, social equality, and cottage industries. Gandhi believed India could become peaceful and self-sufficient. In 1942, the final struggle for Indian independence began. Gandhi demanded an immediate British withdrawal from India, known as the Quit India movement. Over the next 5 years, Gandhi struggled to help Muslim, Hindu, and British leaders negotiate Indian independence. He was unable to block the Mountbatten Plan, which divided the subcontinent into a Hindu-majority India and Muslim-majority East and West Pakistan. On August 15, 1947, India achieved its independence. Gandhi worked to stop the Muslim-Hindu riots that followed. On January 30, 1948, he was assassinated by a Hindu radical who was upset by Gandhi's effort to reconcile Hindus and Muslims. In 1930, Gandhi was named the Man of the Year by Times magazine. And in 2011, Time magazine named Gandhi as one of the top 25 political icons of all time. The government of India institutionalized the annual Gandhi Peace Prize to distinguish social workers, war leaders, and citizens. Nelson Mandela, the leader of South Africa's struggle against apartheid, was a recipient of the award. The leadership style that Mahatma Gandhi possessed is transformational leadership. Transformational leaders possess unique charismatic behaviors that include sacrificing personal gains for the benefit of the group, setting a personal example for followers, and demonstrating high ethical standards. Gandhi's leadership style clearly showcased the essence of transformational leadership. For example, his followers were motivated by him, trusted him, admired him, were loyal to him, and respected him. Transformational leaders also appeal to higher values like liberty, justice, peace, and equality. Gandhi lived for such causes and fought his entire life to stand by them. The leadership style applied by Mahatma Gandhi is relevant because Gandhi's transformational leadership encouraged his followers to transcend their own self-interest and fight in unity. Thousands of Gandhi's followers went to jail and at times were violently beaten as well. The elements of Gandhi's leadership model remain relevant today whether a leader is seeking to end sexual discrimination, eradicate HIV/AIDS, or legislate a jobs program. They will need their own version of Gandhi's leadership model. For such, reimagine their own vision. For example, to eradicate the HIV virus will require new drugs and vaccines, but will also transformation in the healthcare system, cultural norms around sexuality, building rural health delivery programs, and many other things. In conclusion, Gandhi has been a role model and source of inspiration for many generations. His unconventional means to fight injustice, truth, non-violence, non-cooperation, and peaceful resistance have earned him high admiration and respect. He led from the front to attain India's independence and influenced millions of followers to fight for a moral and just cause. He epitomized life based on moral conduct and showed its strength to the world.